For the next ad, you need to open up your Tanks Clean PSD that we already fixed all of the trash that was down here. We're going to say File, Place Embedded, and go grab that same Desert Voices TIFF banner that we've been using. Before you hit enter, we need to scale this down to 35%. Make sure that this has been clicked back so that the height and the width are both at 35%. And hit enter. Grab your move tool and kind of put this in the center above so that you can put it so that you can see the fence line underneath it. About right there is good. The problem with this is kind of rounded and it doesn't look like this fits the banner. It doesn't look like the banner fits here. So we're going to go to Edit, Transform, Warp. And it gives us a bunch of choices up here. We need to make sure that this right here is clicked, which is going to make sure we're in warp mode. Then right here where it says warp, under custom, we're going to choose arc upper. And you can kind of see what it does. That's obviously too much, so we need to change the bend amount. Now the book says to start around 5 and see what you think. I think 5 is not quite enough. I'm going to put mine at 6, but we may have a little bit difference. I think 6 looks a little bit better. It just has a, well, maybe not. Let me try 5.5. I think actually somewhere between 5.5 and 6 is a little bit better. So now that that looks like it fits better, go ahead and hit enter or hit OK. We're now going to add a drop shadow. That's in layer, layer style, drop shadow. Choose black, multiply, 75%. The angle needs to be 90. The distance is 2, spread 0, and size 5. Okay. And you can see the drop shadow on, off. It's not a huge drop shadow, just a little bit. When you're done with that, File, Save as a Copy. And we're going to call this Roberts, or whatever your last name is, Tanks Ad, and make sure to choose JPEG. You now need to open up your balloon-clean.psd where we changed the balloon to be white. We're going to place embedded the same banner we've been using and scale that down to 40%. Make sure it's both the width and height. Then with your move tool, place it so that the corners are touching the top of where the balloon is. And we're going to say Edit, Transform, Warp. Make sure that this little button is clicked. This time we're going to choose Arch, which is the top one. And we're going to put the bend at about 12. Now while we're still in this mode, you can kind of move this down. You can see that's lining up a little bit better with the way that this looks. Now we can click Custom right here. And you see that we actually have the points, so we can grab our handles and really make it match. I like to try to match it up with the tops so that it really fits. I'm going to move this over just a tad. So adjust this as you see fit so that it looks like it's correct within here. Like I said, if you use the little indent areas of the balloon, it'll help you get this right. When you think you have that good, just hit enter or the submit key. And make sure you have the edges kind of bloating out here like it would if it was on a balloon. We're now going to add a drop shadow. That's in layer, layer style, drop shadow. Multiply, black, 75%. Angle is at 120. Distance is 3. Spread is 0. Size is 5. Once you're finished, you can say File, Save as a Copy. We're going to call this your last name, Balloon Ad, and make sure it is a JPEG. When you're finished with that step, you should have 4 finished ads. I have the balloon ad, the office ad, studio, and the tanks. Make sure they have your first name on them, and I do want the JPEGs and not the PSDs. That's it.